"It's coming!" is what I yelled to complete strangers on the streets when I heard the news that Into the Storm was hitting theaters. It's the first tornado film we've had since 1996's Twister. I'm not counting Sharknado. Sorry, folks. It's Twister versus Into the Storm on Movie Feuds. And I'm gonna warn you, there is a pun counter this week. A lot of weather-related jokes. Let's get started. I was not blown away by Into the Storm. In fact, I thought it blew pretty hard. But for the sake of the review, I'm gonna push on. Both flicks have very uninteresting characters, but Twister performs a bit better, seeing as their actors can actually act. Joe Harding, played by Helen Hunt, makes this hard on Old Bill, as she still has feelings for him. Joe has a passion for storm chasing. It's in her blood. I mean, it doesn't help that her father died before her very eyes in a tornado, getting pulled out of a storm shelter. I mean, that's gonna f you up. I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a psychologist. I don't know the difference. But I do know this. She's pretty twisted up inside. We get a short-lived villain in Twister with Dr. Jonas Miller. He doesn't have a passion, though, for storm chasing. He's just in it for the money. No disaster flick is complete, though, without a zany cast of side characters. Twister gives us Alan Ruck and the late Philip Seymour Hoffman. You can tell these guys are having a lot of fun, and it keeps things interesting when we don't want to listen to Joe and Bill argue for the 100th time. Zany doesn't even begin to describe the characters we have in Into the Storm. The jackass wannabes, the YouTube sensations, Donk and Revis, played by Kyle Davis and John Reap. These guys are extreme caricatures of rednecks with GoPro cameras, but I was actually pretty fine with that. They're the only two that are exciting to watch. I've never actually seen worse acting in a film in theaters, and I saw House of the Dead. Matt Walsh, who I think is a terrific comedian, is way out of his element here. Then there's Walking Dead star Sarah Calise, totally phoning her role in as the mother on the road, doing what she can to keep her daughter pissed at her. There are screenwriters attached to this film. I'm not gonna look because I don't give a shit, but really it seems like something that was written by a 10-year-old. This is the greatest storm that's ever been. Who the f*** says that? That's a line in the movie. This is just a sorry bunch across the board. The father's overbearing. The kids are all attractive and worthless. They throw an old man into the mix randomly to try to compete with Aunt Meg, which fails on all levels. Now, 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 brown cow, as the kids say. 2-year-old kids. The strongest story can sometimes hold up the weakest performance. So let's see what the forecast calls for in round 2. We're looking at a 100% chance of ass in the script department. Not the good kind. Specifically for Into the Storm, Gutter. Twister isn't great either, but it gives us motivations and logical reasons for character decisions. We know Bill was just looking for an excuse to get back into the hunt. Into the Helen hunt. We also know that Joe is out for f***ing rocker and has a bit of a death wish when it comes to these giant destructive vortexes of violent rotating winds. They also have logical reasons besides their selfish ones. Bill and Joe had Project Dorothy together. It was their weather machine. This data collector, this beep, boop, boop, beep, 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 beep. All the scientists mumbo jumbo, they throw into a vortex. It calculates things with all these little spinning balls. I don't really know. Apparently it was based on an actual real device called Toto. And both are Wizard of Oz references, and not the hit band. Into the Storm is a mess. There's debris everywhere, and cars, and I mean, it's a disaster. These are kind of puns. Let's count them. One of them at least. No, but it's actually pretty terrible. There's some fun sequences, but they're so hampered by the director's choice to go the stupid found footage route. I can't stand found footage films. Cloverfield and Chronicle are about the only exceptions I can think of, and even then, they didn't have to be found footage. They could have just used the vantage point of our lead characters. Then there's the extremely dreadful love story between the teenagers that are trapped under a pile of rubble. I wanted that steel beam girder to impale them and just get it over with. I know what you're thinking. Whatevs. If the tornadoes are cool, who the hell cares about anything else?
It's coming! It's headed right for us!
Character development, an interesting story, an engaging cast. Who needs them? Call me crazy, but I still think Twister's effects look better than this 2014 pile of shit. Yes, there's a ridiculous growl when the tornadoes appear, but it's damn cool, and it's threatening. For as much as In the Storm played up the Tumblr ripoff, we really didn't see it do anything cool. Apparently you can't go around a tree, or really any sort of debris at all that's in the way, not even a traffic sign, an orange cone, unless it's the last option. Yes, Twister was a 2-hour Dodge Ram commercial, but they did that vehicle justice. Dodging environmental hazards, off-roading, and even blowing through a f***ing house. This truck means business and can weather any storm. Into the Storm isn't a total waste of time, as some creative shots pop up once in a while, such as a badass fire tornado and an airport scene that really had no reason to exist outside of showing us planes getting destroyed. There's actually a nice shout out to Twister, as there's a point where a fake cow goes flying by the road. Like this. Like my hand's doing. Both films have a typical dramatic score. Neither of them really packs that much of a punch. Twister does have some fun jams like Van Halen kicking in during the vehicle chasing segments, but there's not a whole lot here worth talking about. Into the Storm did have a Kid Rock song, so Van Halen, Kid Rock, yeah, Van Halen. Twister wins again. Music Feuds, coming 20 never. I hate to take the wind out of your sails, but Into the Storm should have gone into the trash. It has zero reason to exist. Twister at least pushed the envelope in terms of CGI and what it could do. I'm a big fan of disaster movies, but they need to bring it. They need to bring it on. Again. Actually, no, just the first one. The other ones are straight to DVD. It also has to attempt to not have the dumbest cliches in acting. Just try a little bit. Just a tiny little bit is all I'm asking for. Perhaps I'm wrong. Maybe I'm way off the mark, Wahlberg, but I don't think so. Leave a comment below. Vote for your winner. Let's wrap it up. More than just reviews, this is Movie Feuds. Into the Storm really rained on my parade. I got one more.